आगे बढ़ेंगे। इस वक्त विदेश मंत्री डॉक्टर एस जयशंकर बोल रहे हैं, सुनते हैं।
6,184. And in the same period, 1,175 fishing vessels, Indian fishing vessels, have been seized, detained, apprehended by the Sri Lankans. So this is really today the background. This is the issue that we are discussing. Now you can ask, why are we discussing it? And the answer is, in the last 5 years, in the Parliament, in the Consultative Committee, we have repeatedly, this issue, Katchatheevu issue and the fishermen's issue, has been repeatedly raised by various parties, by all parties, I would say. As I mentioned, in Parliament it has come up as Parliament question, it has come up in debates, it has been raised in the Consultative Committee, and in fact, Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu has written to me numerous times, and my record shows that to the current Chief Minister, I have myself replied 21 times on this issue. So please understand, this is not an issue which has suddenly surfaced. This is a live issue. It is an issue which has been very much debated in Parliament, in Tamil Nadu circles as well. It has been the subject of correspondence between the union government and the state government. And as I said, 21 times I have myself replied to letters. Now, every political party in Tamil Nadu has taken a position on this. And here, one of the reasons why we are debating it is, in looking at these two issues, the Katchatheevu issue and the fishermen issue, two parties, the Congress and the DMK, have approached this matter as though they have no responsibility for it, as though the situation is for central government, today's central government, for them to resolve. There is no history to this. This has just happened. They are the people who are taking up the cause. That is the way they would like to project it. So the purpose of the press conference today, why I am talking to all of you, is we believe that the public has a right to know. The public has a right to know how did this situation come about. How was Katchatheevu, how was the 1974 agreement reached? How was Katchatheevu given away? How was the fishing issue handled? Because please understand, the fishing issue actually emanated from a 1976 agreement. So there are two agreements we are talking about. So because these have been live issues, because they have been discussed earlier also in Parliament, two documents were sought from us as an RTI request. And these were provided. One was a document about Ministry of External Affairs, summary background note for the meeting of the Informal Consultative Committee in 1968 on this issue. And the second was a record of discussion of a meeting between the then Foreign Secretary and the then Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Honorable Kalaignar Karunanidhi, in June 1974. Now, the point today is, we know there are two agreements. We know there's a 1974 agreement. We know there is a 1976 agreement. We know who did this. How has the situation arisen? What we do not know is who hid this, who has been party to it, what has been concealed from the public, and we believe it is the right of the public today to know how did this situation come about. Now, with regard to the Katchatheevu issue itself, there have been claims and counterclaims. India had its arguments. Sri Lanka had its arguments. In fact, in one of the two documents, both documents actually, but one has more detail than the other. These claims have been spelled out in some detail. India's claim is mainly that the Katchatheevu island belonged to the Raja of Ramnath, and that he had it from the time that East India Company assigned it to him. It was part of his zamindari rights, and these rights also included fishery, and also that later on these rights moved from the Raja of Ramnath to the Madras government. A second argument was that during after independence, for many years, Indian customs regularly went to Katchatheevu, and this was not obstructed. And the Indian view also was that there was absence of any documentary evidence to show that Sri Lanka had an original title to Katchatheevu. So these were largely the Indian arguments.
कच्छथीवु द्वीप पर विदेश मंत्री डॉक्टर एस जयशंकर को आप सुन रहे थे। विपक्ष जिस तरीके से सवाल करता है उसको लेकर जवाब देते हुए विदेश मंत्री को आपने